A months-long controversy in North Texas involving a fourth-grade teacher and a book about racism has come to a close. Last fall, the Carroll ISD Board of Trustees voted to reprimand the teacher after getting a complaint about the book in the teacher's classroom library. Yesterday, both Carroll ISD and the teacher came to an agreement. Fox's Lynnanne Nguyen has a story.
It's been an interesting and difficult process.
Closing the chapter on a months-long issue involving fourth-grade teacher Ricky Farah and a book on racism in her classroom library at Johnson Elementary School in Southlake. The controversy started last fall after a parent complained. Originally, Farah was not reprimanded, but parents appealed the decision and the board voted to move forward with the reprimand last October.
There is simply nothing wrong with what the teacher did. The parent couldn't really file a grievance about the book in the teacher's library, so they made a cock and bull story about the teacher's behavior.
Monday morning, the Board of Trustees met at 8 a.m. for a special meeting after Farah made an appeal. In complaints filed, Farah claims she was never interviewed at any level of the grievance process, and the board violated board policy and school laws in the state of Texas. Many parents who were able to make the early Monday morning meeting spoke supporting the teacher.
Just as a board of non-medical professionals should not reprimand a doctor's medical decisions, a school board, particularly one dominated by individuals who do not value educators, should not be allowed to reprimand a teacher.
One speaker also calling the board's vote to reprimand an overreach of power. The board seemingly acknowledging the issue in a formal statement during Monday morning's meeting.
The Board of Trustees does not intend to limit the discretion of responsibilities of the superintendent or the campus principal. The board encourages the superintendent to take actions he deems appropriate.
After more than an hour in a hearing, which took place behind closed doors, both sides eventually reached an agreement.
Ms. Farah is pleased with the outcome and grateful that it has been resolved. She loves this community and her students and looks forward to continued success in the classroom.
While Farah herself didn't speak at the open meeting, she did hug her supporters before heading back to the classroom.
That was Fox's Lynnanne Nguyen reporting. The book in the teacher's library was called "This Book is Anti-Racist" by Tiffany Jewell. It has been on the New York Times bestseller list and recommended by Oprah's book club.